Good morning and welcome to our annual Police Appreciation Breakfast. Each year we put together one of these videos, but this year we've decided to turn it over to you, the community. We've decided to allow you to ask the questions of us to see what you want to learn about our police department. So let's see what you've asked.
Okay, so I watch a lot of cop shows and CSI and stuff, so is it like what I see on TV, what you guys do?
Not exactly. It's a Hollywood version of it. I don't run around in my blazer and high heels with my gun arresting people in my Hummer. But the technology that they do show is often rooted in what we do use. So at a crime scene, we would take some notes, take some photographs, dust for fingerprints, check for DNA or some other trace evidence, and sometimes we'll even document our scene using our new 3D scanner, which can create a 3D model of our scene in about 10 minutes.
The police department is always here for you, 24/7, 365 days a year. Weekends and holidays, rain or shine, we're working to keep this community safe.
I just wanted to know if y'all have anything better to do than to write tickets.
Enforcement doesn't necessarily mean that we're just going to write a whole bunch of tickets. Their primary goal is to reduce injuries and fatalities within the city of Newport Beach. They can stop people, they can write tickets, but they also have the ability to talk to people that they've pulled over, maybe explain the rules of the road, give the person a warning, so to speak. But as they're doing that, they're visible.
The length of stay in a jail is often determined by what type of crime a person's been arrested for. On one hand, we have misdemeanor crimes. On the other hand, we have felony crimes. California law enforcement has been challenged by many things over the years. Most recently, the advent of Proposition 47. It reduced felony drug crimes to misdemeanors. So oftentimes, the sentences for those crimes is reduced or even eliminated.
Is there a big drug problem in Newport Beach?
What I've seen is drugs and drug addiction affects all races, all sexes, all ages, all income levels. It doesn't discriminate. It's nice to put handcuffs on somebody, take them to jail, and know that you made a dent in the drugs out there, and maybe that dent was, hey, that person didn't sell that bag of heroin that kid was going to overdose on.
We have about 250 employees, including 140 officers and over 100 civilian employees. We also have several groups of people who volunteer at the department: volunteers in policing, explorers, and radio amateur civil emergency service, or RACES.
Left his very tiny children unattended on the beat. We're asking what his name is. He starts reaching into a bag and we tell him no. Before we know it, the fight's on and we're wrestling around with him in the sand. And then he manages to get up and we're chasing him through the sand, which is miserable. And luckily, because he was so drunk, he fell over himself.
And I shine my light on it, it's a seal, but there looked like there was something next to it. There was a drunk guy that was spooning with the sea lion. I drove him home. So because it's like, when you get that entertained, you got to get the guy home safely.
So I can finally hear what he's saying. And he's like, fire! Where's the fire extinguisher? It's in the trunk of the car. I was like, put the fire out, put the fire out. And I'm like, it's not going out, it's not going out. Same time, my eyes start stinging, like bad. He goes, it's pepper spray. I'm like, oh crap, because the flames were getting bigger. Yeah, I pepper sprayed the car. Flames got bigger, I threw it down, I ended up getting the fire extinguisher and putting it out.
What are you guys doing to address the homeless population?
The City of Newport Beach has been actively involved in developing an approach to homelessness for about 3 years now, essentially trying to get at the root causes of homelessness. We've been studying and learning, and every day and week that passes, we're trying to get better at what we do so that we can help people to move into a better situation and improve their lives. This seems to be the more effective and long-term solution to the problem of homelessness.
Do you want to know if we have to write a certain amount of tickets each day?
Yeah, sure. Do you guys have to do that?
We do. We get a free toaster or a microwave at the end of each month.
Really? Wait, for what?
Whoever writes the most amount of tickets. It's like a contest.
You're joking, right? Okay. Okay, so you don't have to write a certain amount of tickets a day?
No, we don't. What is your name?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, and what's your name?
Shay.
And who's this behind you?
Tanya.
Is that Mom?
Yeah.
Okay. If there was one question you wanted to ask the police department or an officer, what would it be?
You know, probably what's new with the Newport Beach Police Department for 2016.
Well, 2016 just got started, but we did have a lot of changes in 2015.
New Peninsula Enforcement Team is doing bike patrols and bar checks on the Balboa Peninsula. They are also helping with the new Know Your Limits campaign, funded by the Office of Traffic Safety, that educates people in bars and restaurants about the science of alcohol consumption and how alcohol affects their bodies and ability to drive. We have 3 new civilian investigators in our detective division. 2 are providing continuity and cost savings for our vice and intelligence and economic crimes units. The 3rd acts as a court liaison officer. The crime suppression unit has been reinstated, with a sergeant and 4 officers working full-time to proactively curb emerging crime trends and keep repeat offenders in check. This past fall, we also transitioned to a new animal shelter. By partnering with a local animal rescue, we are able to offer superior care and boarding to the cats, dogs, and other critters under the care of our animal control unit. And as for 2016, we have at least one big change on the horizon. Congratulations to Chief Johnson on his retirement.